Moving on now to a controversial case, and one that a lot of you have been tweeting about today with me. A mom in Virginia discovers her 13-year-old daughter sexting naked pictures of herself. So she calls police. And now that girl, her daughter, could face charges for distributing child pornography. Joining me now is Fox News legal analyst Mercedes Colwin and trial attorney Misty Marris. All right, first of all, Mercedes, what do you think? Do you think the teens did the right thing by reporting her to police?
Oh, absolutely, unquestionably. Every mother out there saying, thank God she took that step, because this is an out-of-control teenager. She needed to be reined in. By 13 years of age, you know right from wrong. Bringing in the authorities is the cold, hard lesson that she needs in order to get her life straight. If she doesn't get her life straight at 13, what is she going to be doing at 16, 17, 18 as an adult when she's 18 beyond?
I disagree, and while I certainly don't condone the behavior,
right,
the issue is the consequences of this are so strong. We're talking about 3 felony charges: possession, distribution, and production of child pornography.
And that's because of the state of Virginia and the law.
Exactly.
And they have these 3 punishments.
Yes, for child pornography. So she could face 3 federal indictments under this law. Not only that, talk about jail time, she could be a registered sex offender for the rest of her life. She's a 13-year-old who does not know the consequences of her actions. And these laws are to protect children from exploitation, not to turn them into felons.
Okay, but then you think of the big brother theory, okay? Is it the government's responsibility to protect the children? Is it not the parents' responsibility? Chef Cindy writes me on Twitter, they absolutely did the right thing. She is 13, not 17, still a child. The much older boys should face the charges. And
that's true, because the much older boy actually has possession of child pornography, and he could face those felony charges.
Right.
As a 13-year-old, she'll be tried as a juvie. She's a juvenile offender.
Yes.
She'll probably get slapped in the wrist. She may not get those felony charges. If she does get these felony charges, they're probably going to give some programming. She needs, obviously, help. I mean, the parents, the last-ditch effort for any parent to involve the government and law enforcement is because they've done it all and it's not working.
But there is a case right now going on in Virginia. 17-year-old boy exchanging pictures with a 15-year-old girl. He's being charged as a juvenile. Right now he's facing incarceration until he's 21 and potentially being a sex offender, registered sex offender. I mean, we're talking about kids and the rest of their lives.
Right.
There's other alternatives.
Under Virginia law, anyone who sends or receives sexually explicit photos or messages from an underage teen can be charged with distribution of child pornography. We know that.
Yes.
The question is, what if the distributor is the child itself?
They can still face it, because the law is clear. If you produce it, you distribute it, or you're the recipient and have possession of it, you're still facing those types of charges.
That's why 3 felony charges for this 13-year-old girl. I mean, that is a tough thing.
But by the time she's 13, how many times has the parent said, you can't do this, you can't do that? You have all these liberties when you have these types of devices, and you have the internet. They obviously had controls in place. They educated this child. She's still there.
Here's the question. She gets charged as a minor. The 18-year-old, if she was sexting with and sent naked pictures of herself, gets charged as an adult. A felony could potentially end up on sex offender registry list. He could end up in prison. Question is, what if the 18-year-old didn't ask for the pictures? What if he didn't solicit the naked photos?
And that doesn't even matter. The possession of them alone is enough. But you know,
so what if she sent them to this boy, this teenager, and they were unwillfully received?
The way he could do it, call the authorities. If you are the recipient of criminal activity, if you are the recipient of it, then you call the authorities and make sure that the person who sent it to you,
that's how you protect yourself.
That's all the time we have. Paul Sanders writes, yes, children need to be shown the seriousness of their actions so they can understand the consequences. Unfortunately, tough love is the way many of us mothers know. I don't know if I would want my kid in prison over it, but to be
tough love it is.
Yeah. All right, ladies, thank you so much, Misty. Mercedes. The president, by the way, has directed a review. We were going to